Hey gang, Diana here today with another video from my card making series and from my meetups. I made a lot of cards for that. I think you might know that if you follow me. Today we'll be using a stamp. Oh no, wait, this is a stencil from Stencil Girl and gilding flakes to make this card, and we'll just be adding a simple sentiment to it. To do this gilding, you just need a few supplies. It's just gorgeous. This one happens to be Cosmic Shimmer Summer Meadow, and I'll link a bunch below. There's so many different kinds. Some are just plain gold, and some are sort of mixtures, which I like. It doesn't matter, whatever you like. And the first thing I wanted to start with and say was, for beginner stampers, a couple of things. I'm using a scoreboard here, but you could use your paper trimmer and just use that groove and a bone folder. But I did want to tell you that you make that groove, that crease, and then you fold away from the crease. Always fold away from the crease. Now, since this glimmer, most of these golds and embossing look great, and the foiling look great on dark papers. But with dark paper, you have an issue, and that is when you go to bone fold that crease. If you need to have a piece of paper, so otherwise it will get shiny. And let me just, I can show you here what happens. Yeah, you can see that. See how shiny that is? Now there is such a thing as a Teflon bone folder, and I sure would like one, and I'm going to ask for one for Christmas. But at any rate, there you go. Loads of glues work for this technique. The trick is to get a glue that stays tacky after it's dry, and I have three here. Flitter glue from Indigo Blue. Tack it over and over again, stays really sticky. And Deco Foil's transfer adhesive glue also stays sticky. So any of these would work, and you probably have something in your own room, that craft room, that will work as well. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of this glue out onto, I just have a small piece of the Ranger mat here. And I also have, a cosmetic wedge, which I find works really well. And this stencil is from Stencil Girl. I will link that below to her site. And I'm just going to sort of center it here and use whatever stencil you have. I think this is called Fireworks, maybe, something like that. Really nice stencil. But there's loads of stencils out there. So I'm just picking up some of my some of my glue here. And I'm just going to stencil it right through like you would anything else, any inks. You could tape this down too if you're having trouble. I wish I had taped mine down, but it's okay. Just making sure now that I have gotten everything. Try to be kind of methodical about where you're stenciling here with the glue. I'm doing this as a one-layer card, but you could just certainly do this as a top. Okay, so pull that up, and looks like I've got a pretty good coat of glue on there. So I'm going to take my stencil right into the sink and give it a good cleaning. While I wait for that to just dry just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment it's from Tim Holtz collection, Simple Sayings. I love this stamp set because it really is super simple. And there's lots and lots of useful sentiments, and I tend to like real neutral sentiments. Not that's not going to work. Just try to get this straight, and I did I had cut off the piece part. My head's about to get in the way. Alright, I'm just going to try to get that lined up straight, and I do like these. That looks pretty good. I do like these blocks with the lines on them. By the way, this is a super great technique for your art journal too. If you I'll probably, maybe I'll do a video on that, but it has a really great look. If you gesso over it, you can rub away the black. Rub away. I'm dipping in black ink now. It's archival. I like this archival ink for stamping on vellum, and I just have a small strip. And this, I believe, is basil vellum. It's the heavyweight basil vellum. Fingers crossed. Perfect. Enough. So just let that dry. I'm going to stamp another one on this piece of vellum too. And let's get to the gilding. First things first, I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow removable mono adhesive just to keep that card shut. Again, it might be easier to make a one-piece card, but I like making one-layer cards. This stuff is really lightweight, and I don't know if any of you were around for the last gilding phase, but it's just to take your time. Don't have any windows open or fans going, and it's super lightweight. It's kind of a mess, to tell you the truth, but it's kind of super fun now. I mean, I don't know. I have this messy gene that I don't mind messy things. My card keeps popping open. I could actually have used the, ooh, you see that puffing? Now, I'm going to move everything straight into, I probably should have done this to begin with. I have a small tray here, and I'm just going to move everything into the tray. And any sudden moves, you're going to have a poof. Just a poof. So just try to cover everything up pretty carefully as best you can. It doesn't matter that much because you can always go in for more. And then we're going to start to push it around. I just love this technique. Despite the fact that it's messy, I don't really care. I just think it's so beautiful. And it doesn't, if you're doing a few cards at a time, you've got the stuff out, you go ahead and make a bunch of cards. Okay, so that's the first batch of it off. So what I'm going to do is try to get as much of this off as possible. Transfer this stuff back into the jar, and we'll close that jar. There's my lid. There's my lid. Okay. Now, once again, and now I'm taking this stuff, which is, I think it's a stamp cleaner. I just hacked it up, but there's actually a tool that you can use for this. Somebody's texting me. Just keep going. I'm not rubbing hard. I'm just gently sort of sanding this away. And this will take off any extra and leave you with a really nice, smooth gilding. It's just beautiful. I love it so much. Oh, of course, the best thing to use now is a Swiffer. Okay, I'm just going to swift up all of this, and once again, I'm moving pretty slow because otherwise it's just in the air. Okay, and then I can just dump that into the trash can. All right, but oh my God, I mean, isn't it beautiful? A sentiment here. was thinking I could do a round one too, but I think this is good, and I really would advise you not to do too much more to this because you could put this anywhere. I kind of like it there, come to think of it. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a banner end. I'm just going to clip it that way though. So you know how everything shows up on vellum. It's really hard to get it to not show up. I like the pens. A glue pen works well for that problem, but you don't need much glue on this, and especially like a Tombow glue. And I'm just going to sort of wipe it away so you really don't see it. And there you have it. You could add more to it, but I think that speaks volumes and is all you need. So that's today's card. Another card in the holiday season card. I will see you soon. You'll see linked videos running up there now and a subscribe button. And you can give me a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon.